Yo, what's good? This is Gary Swaby from the Koalition.com, and you're watching the Koalition TV on YouTube. And this is Knights of the Turntable Arena, the video version. And I'm here to recap NOME 5, the event that just happened from URLTV.tv. This was their first live pay-per-view, so that's how I'm able to do this recap, straight after the broadcast and everything. So this is a raw recap, man. Like, there might be bars that I forget and everything, but this is straight raw. This is live reactions after the battle and everything. So let me get to the recap, man. So the first battle of the night was K-Shine versus Averb. Now, this was a very interesting battle. It was one of the better grudge matches on the card. These two got into it on the Total Slaughter TV show, the reality show that they did last year. There was a big argument. I don't even think they played it on the actual TV show. I think it was like extra footage that they had, and they put it out online. And these two were arguing back and forth straight up, and Verb was kind of clowning K-Shine, like making him out to be a little dude, a little man. But that made this battle interesting, especially the build up to the battle and everything. And Verb went first in round one. He went first, and he had the crowd. He had the crowd at that point. The crowd was cheering for him. He was dropping some dope lines and everything. I can't remember a lot of them right now, because there was so many battles. I need to watch them all again. But he was dropping some heat that first round. And then K-Shine, his first round, he started off a little bit slow, but then he picked it up. He really picked it up towards like the middle of the round, and then through to the end of the round. He really picked it up and he caught the crowd. And one thing I like that K-Shine did was usually, sometimes in his battles, he rushes through his raps. He starts spitting real fast and everything, and you can barely understand him. But in this battle, he even mentioned it. He said, in that last battle with Mr. Wavy, I was rushing because, Wavy was whack and I didn't really want to battle him like that. So he was rushing through his rounds, So the fact that he was aware of that, that he's conscious of it, and he made the decision to slow it down in this battle so you could hear him, that was great, because that just shows he responds to feedback. And he came through and did his thing. He was wigging in that first round. I gave him that first round. Definitely need to watch it again. Just because I can't really remember much of what Verb said at the moment. There was I remember one thing. Verb, when he started his round, he was basically touching on K-Shine being gay, and he said, like, he was like, oh, let's do a game of swear to God you ain't ever slept with a man. And obviously K-Shine was like, swear to God. And then Verb was like, you can't lie because I brought him with me. And then he went into the people on stage, like the crowd of people on stage, and acting like he was gonna bring someone out. That was hilarious when he did that. That was a great way to start it off and start off the night, really. So yeah, round one, I edged that to K-Shine, but that's definitely, the most debatable round, I think, of the battle. Round two, I gave it to K-Shine. I think Verb started losing momentum a little bit, and, he started losing the crowd too. The crowd started to side with K-Shine. I think in that first round, K-Shine really won over the crowd to the point that, they kind of swayed over to K-Shine's side of things. And then the third round, it led to kind of an altercation between K-Shine and Hitman, because what happened was the crowd, they were kind of heckling Verb. Like, they were proper heckling him. Some people were booing, but I think it bothered Verb that, he wasn't getting the reaction he was getting before. I think that's what bothered him more, because although some people were booing and some people were heckling him, it wasn't a lot of people. So he could have just rapped over them. You know, he could have continued to rap. I think that's what, you know, some of the best professionals in battle rap do. They keep rapping no matter what. T-Rex does this, and I really like that. You know, he doesn't care what the crowd is doing, whether they're booing, cheering. He just keeps going. I think when you focus on the crowd too much, you know, and focus on the fact that they're booing or not reacting, that kind of takes away from your round. And that's what happened to Verb in round 3. Like, he could have just rapped through it. Like, a lot of the crowd were just being silent. They just weren't reacting at all. And that, to me, that's better than, you know, being booed by everyone. He wasn't being booed by everyone. It was like 1 or 2 people in the crowd, you know, that was booing him or whatever. So he should have just rapped over them, but he didn't. And then, you know, Smack, he came on the mic like, yo, if you do that again, we're gonna get you thrown out of the event. And K-Shine didn't like that, because he was like, yo, you don't say that when they're booing us, you know, just because, you know, Verb is from St. Louis or whatever, you're showing him, you know, all this hospitality and everything, but what about when they're booing us? You know, we don't say nothing. You know, K-Shine was kind of saying that, and then Hitman Holler came on to defend Verb, like, man, this is your city, you're at home right now, so of course, you know, it's going to be different for you. And then, you know, that almost led to an altercation. They kind of started arguing on stage. And, you know, it took like a minute or two, well, about a minute to calm down everyone, you know, and get back to Verb's round. But that disruption, you know, it really kind of took away from Verb's round. And, you know, by that point, he'd lost all momentum. So K-Shine, you know, he came through, won the 3rd round. So, me, you know, I gave it to Shine. I'm not saying Verb was whack or anything. Verb did his thing. You know, he definitely had some dope shit, especially when he's Showtime. But I just feel like K-Shine, you know, he was on a mission to prove himself, and he really did that. And you know, this new NWX thing, it's very interesting. You know, I feel like since they did this whole NWX alliance with K-Shine, DNA, Big T, the Saga, and Rain, I feel like ever since they put that together, you know, they've kind of raised their game a little bit. So, you know, I respect that. So yeah, that was the first battle. Second battle was DNA versus Serious Jones. Now, on paper, a lot of people were doubting this battle, like, oh, this is gonna be boring, we don't want to see this. But I understand why they put it together, because, you know, DNA, he freestyles, and Serious Jones, you know, he used to freestyle back in the Fight Club and everything. But going into the battle, I don't know, man, like, Serious Jones, his past few battles, his style's been kind of dated, like, to where, you know, I don't know, man, he just sounded real dated, like he was still in 2005 or something. So, you know, I wasn't really looking forward to this battle that much, and I thought DNA was gonna win. Well, he did win, in my opinion, but I thought he was gonna win very clear, like 3-0. But you can make a case for Serious Jones winning this battle. I think DNA got the first. You know, I think Serious Jones kind of stunk up the joint in the first round. Second round, Serious Jones had a great scheme where, you know, he was making Bible references and everything. Like, that kind of took up a chunk of his round, but it was nice. It was like, that was the best thing he did in this battle. So round 2, I'd probably give to Serious Jones, because I don't even remember what DNA spit in that round at all. So yeah, Serious Jones got round 2. And round 3, I'd definitely give it to DNA. So, you know, I got DNA winning that battle 2-1. And then, you know, we move on to one of the battles of the night. And this was very unexpected by some people. So you had Jazz the Rapper versus Official. Now, these are 2 lady battle rappers. And they did a great job. You know, Jazz, she's arguably undefeated, you know, punchline king for the women and everything. A punchline queen, I should say. My bad. And Official, you know, Official, she's got nice gun bars and, you know, punchlines and everything. So, Yeah, and this was her first time on URL as well. And Jazz is kind of like the poster girl for URL. So it was an interesting matchup. And the first round, Jazz, she had a great first round, like, because she went first. And while I was watching it, I was like, man, Official's got to come with some shit to top this. And then, Official started rapping, and from the jump, she was just going in. She was going ham. Like, you could feel her hunger, man. Like, she was going ham. She was going in. And I think she kind of won the crowd. Because the thing is with Jazz has got bars. Like, she's got straight bars. Like, you can appreciate when she's spitting, but she doesn't have that energy that, some other female rappers have. Like Official, she had that energy and she had the bars. So she really got the crowd on her side in that first round. So I gave that first round to Official. Second round, I'm trying to remember who I gave second round to. I think I definitely gave the second round to Official as well. Yeah, I did. She had, oh man, that bar. I'm trying to remember the Bobby Brown bar. That was dope. She said some Bobby Brown bar. I was like, oh man, I can't remember how she said it. I don't want to butcher it or nothing. Like we all got to watch this event again. When it drops and everything. So yeah, she had some crazy Bobby Brown line. She said she had a line that was like, Smack got you this box. He's like a wingman or something like that. Like, she was going crazy. She was just spitting straight punchlines. So yeah, Official got round 2 in my opinion, and round 3 I gave Jazz that round because she was going stupid in that round. And Official, she tried something new. She tried to come at Jazz with like real talk. Pretty much she stepped away from the punches, and doing the punches and the gun bars is what Official is best at. But she tried to do a whole round where she didn't talk about guns and all that stuff and tried to break Jazz down, but it kind of backfired a little bit because the crowd wanted to hear what Official was spitting in those first 2 rounds, man. So yeah, I gave that to Official 2-1. Next up, so that was battle 3, right? Yeah. So yeah, the next match, it was unexpected, but the next match was the main event, which was Charlie Clips versus Hollow the Don. They switched it up so that battle came before Tay Roc versus Surf. So this is the battle everyone has been waiting for, and from the jump, Hollow went first, and from the jump he came out swinging. Like, Hollow, this was the old Hollow that the old Hollow we've been waiting to see for years, because we all got to admit Hollow's been going kind of light compared to his old battles. The one with Big T, the one with Passwords, all those old battles that we enjoy from Hollow. He's been going a bit lighter in all his URL battles and everything, but in this battle he went back to the old Hollow, and he was breaking Clips down too. Like, he was going at Clips for not being business minded, not branding himself the right way, like having all these slogans and everything. And one thing Hollow did, I don't think this was the first round, I think it was the second round, but one thing he did was he had a t-shirt and it had the Psych I Lied slogan from Clips on it, and he said, oh yeah, by the way, crowd, that was me selling these t-shirts. So he was basically, getting that Clip saying, you're not business minded enough, you're not getting enough out of this battle rap. Like, I'm the one that's hustling and getting all this money, and you're just like, you're just going battle to battle. You just keep taking battles, and that's how you make your money, by taking loads of battles. But Hollow, he was like, oh, I'm still spending Lux money. Like, he was coming with shit like that, just breaking Clips down. Like, it was crazy. And also, he was breaking him down by saying, like, your schemes and setups are so predictable. Like, the crowd can predict everything you're about to say. And the thing is with Hollow is he does all this stuff with such creativity. Like, he doesn't do it in a way that's predictable at all. Like with Hollow, he keeps you guessing. Like you don't know what he's gonna come with next. With Clips, you know, we all got to admit, even though Clips is nice and you know he's definitely top 5 in this battle rap thing, he is predictable, and you know you can kind of guess what he's gonna do and what he's gonna say. You know, but Clips is still nice. You know, the first round I gave it to Hollow clearly. I think if you watch that, you're gonna agree to, you know, because Hollow was just straight swinging in that first round, like he was going stupid. And you know, round 2. See, in round 2, Clips he could have got round 2. It's just he spent a lot of time addressing Cortez and D Chambers from NYB, because what it is like Cortez is a good friend of Charlie Clips and DNA, but you know Hollow, you know, Hollow got locked up and everything, and then when Hollow came back, you know, since he came out of jail, it's like Cortez has been buddy with Hollow. So Clips was addressing him on that, you know, addressing him on his loyalty, basically saying, oh, I let you stay at my place, you don't even know where Hollow lives. You know, like he was saying stuff like that, which was nice. It was dope, you know, that he was exposing these people and stuff, but that's not directed at Hollow, and that's the thing, you know, that's what could hurt him in that second round. Now, some people have said that Clips won round 2, but I think because, you know, he spent too much time talking about other people, I feel like Hollow got that round. So, you know, already we're at 2-0, you know, by that point, in Hollow's favor. Round 3, that was Charlie Clips all the way. Like, Charlie Clips, you know, he was doing what he does best in that round. Like, you know, no debating. I mean, Hollow, he had some bars in that third round, but his momentum kind of died down. He was getting some boos from the crowd and stuff, and I think in that round he spent a lot of time freestyling and stuff, you know, so maybe that's what did it, because you know he was just putting stuff out the air. But Hollow, that's what Hollow's really good at, you know, like, because the stuff he was saying, it wasn't whack at all. It's just that, you know, it was freestyle, you know, it wasn't stuff that he wrote, and I think the crowd kind of knew that, so they started, you know, heckling him a little bit and stuff, booing. I mean, not a lot of boos, but you know, his momentum kind of died. But Clips, he was thorough in that round 3, so yeah, I had Hollow 2-1, and that's definitely a battle we're gonna watch again and again just to dissect it. I definitely feel like we need to watch the edited version of that battle, because you know there was a lot of like stops and starts, and you know the crowd, you know, getting in the way of things and stuff like that. So I would like them to just cut out some of those dead moments and just keep it concise, you know, keep it consistent, and you know that would be a great battle to watch again and again. Did it live up to expectations? For me personally, it did. You know, I think a lot of people were saying the battle didn't live up to expectations, but I think people, you know, they set their expectations too high. I mean, yes, this is one of the biggest battles in battle rap, you know, to happen since Hollow and Lux. But I mean, you know, you can't always set your expectations too high. It's just battle rap. It's just bars, you know. Like if you set your expectations too high, you're gonna be expecting these people to do backflips on stage and all types of crazy stuff. But you know, we gotta remember, these guys are human beings. You know, they're not there to just like be the subject of our entertainment. You know, they're there to battle rap. They're there to put together these rhymes. You know, so I mean, I don't know what more people could want, really. I mean, they did their thing. Both of them did their thing. I mean, it wasn't the best clips I've seen, I don't think, but it was definitely the best Hollow I've seen in a long time. And I mean, maybe that's because Hollow's had a lot more time to prepare, because he hasn't taken as many battles as Clips. But I think it was a great battle, man. I think it's going to be one that we watch again and again. I think people were just expecting too much, you know. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because it's the first Smack pay-per-view. Like, people were just expecting like some crazy battle. I don't know. I don't know what people were expecting, but the battle was dope in my opinion. And then you had the new main event, which was Tay Roc and Tsu Surf. Tay Roc versus Tsu Surf. Now, this has been a long time in the making. Tay Roc has been on a hell of a journey over the past, 5 years or so. He's been for a long time. He was on the undercard, battling out with numerous people from O-Red, Shotgun Shug, Rich Dollars, B Magic. He was battling a lot of the undercard people for years, and he wasn't excelling. He wasn't getting up there to the top tier. But then, eventually people started messing, like the crowd really started fucking with Roc. Like they were like, oh shit, they realized his talent. And his talent is, his energy, his raw energy. He's not the most creative with the lines or anything, but the shit he says, he makes you feel it. He makes you really feel it, and you get behind Tay Roc, when he's spitting, because you feel like he's really just coming from the heart, and that's something you can appreciate. Tsu Surf, he's a lot more calculated, a lot more, talented with his pen game and everything. So I expected a lot from Surf. I expected Surf because in the last couple Tay Roc battles, there's been criticism that the crowd was gassing up Roc, like gassing up his bars and everything. So what I expected to see was, Tsu Surf come with some heavy written, punchlines and stuff, some real creative wordplay and everything, and just break Roc down kind of thing. And I thought it was gonna be like, a change of the tides or something like that. I thought people were gonna start messing with Surf more than Tay Roc. But I gotta say, man, I'm debating whether it's a 3-0. I mean, I really am at this point. Like, Surf, he had a lot of dry moments. He had some great lines, some great punches that hit. I just need to see this battle again. I think I really need to watch it again to break it down. But I had Roc winning, man. I had Roc winning, and this is definitely one of the best Rocs I've ever seen. Previously the best Roc I ever saw was against Charlie Clips, the rematch. But this Tay Roc is just as good as that Tay Roc against Clips. And I was actually surprised to see him coming with some great wordplay, like some, great punchlines and wordplay. I was like, damn, he was just a better package, I feel like. Like, he had the wordplay, the punches, and the energy. Surf, he was spitting, a lot of, wordplay and stuff, but he didn't have the energy. Like, he was just rapping. Like, he just didn't have that energy. And, I feel like that's where Roc excels. Like, he was the perfect package. He had the perfect mix of tricks, in his arsenal. So I feel like Roc got that either 2-1 or 3-0, in my opinion. I just need to watch it again to be sure, because it's not easy to get a 3-0 on Tsu Surf. Let's be real. Like, he is talented. I think Surf did a great job when he beat Hitman Holler last year at Summer Madness. But I don't know, man. I feel like Roc got this clearly. But I want to see what you guys think, man. So hit us with the comments. Hit us up with the comments in the comments section and stuff like that. Make sure you check out Knights of the Turntable. Knights of the Turntable Arena will be coming back on a regular schedule soon, which is our battle rap dedicated show, podcast. So check out thekoalition.com for that. And yeah, man, that's my NOME 5 recap, sorry. Also, let me rate the pay-per-view, because the thing is, I wasn't expecting much from this pay-per-view, being that it's the first URL pay-per-view. And last week, Beasley was on the Angry Fan show, and he didn't even seem sure about, how the live stream was going to work or anything like that. So from then, I wasn't really expecting much from it. We've seen instances where, with other battle rap companies and stuff, their live streams and stuff have like gone down, or they freeze up, or you know, it just doesn't work or something. But this was, it was great quality. It worked all night. Like there was no disruptions, nothing. And this is one of the best URL events. Like one of the best organized events I've seen, and that's crazy, man. Like it's really impressive because URL are usually known for bad organization at their events. So I gotta give it to them. I gotta salute. I will be buying their pay-per-views every single time they offer one. So props on that to URL, man. They really pulled it off with this one. I can't wait for Summer Madness. That's another thing too. They had a lot of, you know, cameo appearances from other battle rappers, and you know, they were basically teasing us with possible matchups for, you know, the future events and stuff. So, you know, it was a great event to watch, man. Definitely. Yeah, that's my recap. Make sure you guys leave your comments. Let us know who you think won those matches. I'm out. Peace.